So I was recently on, I don't even know if I should call it a podcast because I know many great podcasters like Joe Rogan and, uh, well, him. I know Joe Rogan. I know that many other people who do podcasts. It's like radio, except you can, like, you don't have to, like, turn the dial and get all the static. So they're doing tremendous things in the terms of radio right now. But I know a lot of great, talented podcasters. And then somebody very stupid who's probably fired already by Doge booked me on something called the Reality Redemption podcast. And I'm a big fan of reality. You know, reality has been very good to me. I have a lot of wealth and beautiful women in reality. And redemption, as a Christian who's never gone to church, redemption is very important to me as well. So I said, well, this can't be too bad. Let's go on the Reality Redemption show. So I get on Redemption show. And they say it's hosted by MJ. And I said, well, I know Michael Jordan, and he's a very talented guy, very not woke, very strong guy. And I get there, and there's this white guy, which I, of course, have no problem with. I always used to say the only thing that would make Michael Jordan even better is if he was a white. But I see this guy, and I see that he has no basketball talent. He's talking to me, and he's, friendly enough. But I can see that he's sort of a woke type person. And I was so disappointed because their show is located in the great district of Arizona that's run by Paul Gosar, who is, I got to say, there's very few people more conservative than Paul Gosar. And by conservative, I mean loved by total racists and nutbags. Paul Gosar is so tremendous that his own family hates him. And so I said, well, if you live in Paul Gosar's district, you've got to be extra special MAGA. And MJ was not so much extra special MAGA. In fact, I would say he was neither extra nor special nor MAGA. And to make things worse, because obviously Donald Trump loves beautiful women. They love me and I love them, and maybe that's a crime for Democrats, but it's not a crime for me. So I say, okay, so this is not Michael Jordan I'm sitting next to. But I said, but he's got a lovely blonde woman sitting next to him. And I said, okay, well, this is why we love Arizona. This is why we love so many places in our country. Beautiful blonde American women, okay? And all of a sudden I see her shirt, which I would already be staring at her chest anyway. It's just sort of what gentlemen do. You sort of inspect the goods. And I said, the goods are good on this one. And her name is Snow. And I thought, well, like Snow White. So this person, I mean, she lives in she's with Paul Gosar. She's on the Reality Redemption podcast. She's got a nice pair of, we call them Arizona like iced tea cans. That's my little Arizona and breast joke. Still 99 cents, by the way. But I look at that and I say to them, looking and I'm like, what I see, but all of a sudden I see words on her shirt on top of her breasts. And this is probably the greatest betrayal because you see somebody named Snow, which is, of course, the whitest of the white substances that we know other than what Don Jr. puts up his nose. And her shirt said something like, I hope you all get what you deserve, or you deserve all that you get. Something nasty, like a nasty woman phrase, meaning, oh, if people go through hardships under Trump, they deserve it. And I thought, these two people are the absolute worst because you show up, I think I'm meeting with Michael Jordan and Snow White. And I'm like, one of the great white women of all time and maybe the greatest black of all time. And instead it's this woke white guy and this blonde woman with breasts with words on them that are very anti-Trump, which is the first time I've ever run into a white woman with breasts who has anti-Trump things, a blonde with it's so it was very deceptive, and I'm having Elon Musk look into defunding Reality Redemption podcast, and we might bring charges from Cash Patel. We call him Cash Me Outside. How about that, Patel? We might be bringing charges against them through the DOJ for fraud, abuse, manipulation of blonde hair and breasts, and false identity of Michael Jordan. So I'm talking right now to Paul Gosar. He's actually on the phone with some white nationalists and some Aryan Nation gangs, as well as some people who aren't so nice as those guys, and they're thinking of making a personal stop by Reality Redemption Studios to see if MJ and Snow want to formally apologize to their president for their rude and deceptive behavior. And if they don't, there might be problems. So, Reality Redemption, you need to redeem yourselves, or else your reality is going to get very nasty. Bye bye.